This video is about the Plejaren Proclamation that was issued during the 862nd contact on August 29, 2023. This contact was a conversation between Safar and Quetzal from the Plejaren Federation and Billy Meier. During this contact, Safar delivered a proclamation from the Plejaren Committee on Era, which consists of 1.5 million people. The following is the proclamation of the Plejaren Committee. Proclamation of the Plejaren Committee. Number 1. The flying devices called UFOs by the human beings of Earth have nothing to do whatsoever with us Plejaren and our flying devices. Number 2. The flying devices of the strangers, as well as the incidents of any kind concerning them, which have arisen or will continue to arise in connection with both the flying objects and the strangers themselves, have nothing to do with us Plejaren. Number 3. We Plejaren have in no form interfered in any earthly events, nor will we ever interfere, whatever may happen. Number 4. We Plejaren will not, therefore, interfere in any earthly matters, happenings, or occurrences that may arise in the future. Also not in any regard or another concerning the strangers and their UFO flying devices. After Safar delivered the proclamation, he left and only Quetzal remained. Billy: So be it. Bye. Quetzal: What Safar said, well, the Earthlings are really not alone anyway. Even if you Plejaren keep to yourselves, no longer allow yourselves to be seen or located, and I can only retrieve and write down the contact reports of our conversations. But what is happening here on Earth with the strangers and their UFOs is already much more than is being announced and is really happening. They are still concealing themselves, but they are obviously slowly on the way to being revealed. Then, a further explanation by Ptah from the 866 contact report on October 10, 2023. Ptah: Firstly, I want to say that it is quite obviously very important that it should be specifically mentioned again, openly and really clearly clarified, that we are not connected with the strangers, who have been observed and seen for many years with the so-called UFOs in the earthly airspace by the Earth human beings. We effectively do not have the slightest to do either with the strangers or with their UFOs. Consequently, we also maintain no contact of any kind with the strangers who navigate these flying machines, nor do we otherwise have any liaison with these. This was the Plejaren Proclamation and the related statements from Billy and Ptah. The strangers, as they are called, are extraterrestrials that live here on the Earth or are visiting the Earth. And these strangers have been visiting the Earth for thousands of years. This isn't something new. In Billy's statement, he says, well, the Earthlings are really not alone anyway, but what is happening here on Earth with the strangers and their UFOs is already much more than is being announced and is really happening. They are still concealing themselves, but they are obviously slowly on the way to being revealed. So, us Earthlings are not alone, and what is happening with the strangers is already much more than we know about. In the Enoch prophecies, there are 3 line numbers that seem to be relevant to this situation. Line 213. However, a certain maelstrom of destruction will also originate from the undersea facilities, because in the cities at the bottom of the ocean, groups of submarine pirates will be formed which will burst upwards from the depths of the ocean and will become involved in destructive actions of combat with naval units on the surface. Line 214. And at this time, the possibility could become reality that extraterrestrial forces intervene against the Western industrialized countries, because these will be responsible for the extreme and enormous disasters of the coming evil times. 2:15, these extraterrestrial forces will give up their anonymity and their state of secrecy and will assist those who are being terrorized by the irresponsible acting Western countries, should this possibility become reality. The Plejaren Proclamation is very clear. Absolutely none of the UFOs and UAPs seen today are from the Plerin or their allies. They are not in contact with them, and they have absolutely nothing to do with them. And whatever happens in the future with the strangers, the Plerin will not intervene or get involved in any way. I would like to share my understanding of this information and what it might mean for us Earth humans. Something is happening with the strangers and irresponsibly acting Western countries, probably the U.S. If I was to speculate, I would say the U.S. military attacked one of their ships or drones or their undersea base or something along these lines. One of the strangers' UFOs or UAPs was or is being attacked. This isn't going to go well for the attackers. The strangers have much more sophisticated technology than we have on Earth. I would also presume that the strangers will be portrayed as a threat, so we have a new enemy, so we can build more weapons and wage more war. Anyway, the whole situation isn't pleasant, but it's also no excuse to stop studying and learning. Even when the world becomes unpleasant and difficult, we still have a responsibility to ourselves to learn and become the best we can be.